feel, but I feel too much. All its bumps and its brows and such, like a man born without the skin. Feels like a murder without the sin. To find myself sometime, someday. High water or hell.
So I'm getting ready to head up to Ohio. We're going to be filming at Poasttown Elementary School. I love the place. It is one of my favorite places to go to, not because of the activity, but because of Daryl and his wife Brenda. They're awesome people, and I'm excited, and I can't wait to get there. Alright, so just got to my room. I'm tired. That was a long drive. I'm hungry. I gotta go unpack my car, and I'm gonna go get something to eat. Gavin and Paula, they haven't left yet. It's almost 9 o'clock, I believe. So they got a nice 5-hour car ride. So, but yeah, I'm gonna go unpack my car, and I'm gonna go get some food.
Black Magic Ursa. Mini 4K. 4.6 actually.
But if this bond didn't pass till 1936 fall, there's no way they built this whole building in a year.
Yeah.
You know, and opened it in 1937.
This is an old picture that was taken
You see
the
through
day
it?
after the accident.
That's crazy right there.
Why would he even be in that wreckage like that anyway?
Yeah.
Why do I see a ball cap on him? Is that a man from the future?
You're probably seeing conductor time.
And you wanna see a
Could
weird
be.
person? Have you guys looked at the panoramic picture out there in the hall?
Yeah.
Did,
Alright, so I got Chris, special guest investigator. He's also got something else going on. Gonna be working behind us, working on a documentary, right?
Yep, we're actually working on a documentary. The documentary's name is Generation Truth. It's going to be walking alongside professionals like yourself, talking about your story, and we're also going to be bringing in rookie teams. I have 2 rookie teams in the mix with my partner Jay Pierce right now. Rat Paranormal, they just went out on the first couple of rookie investigations. They're going to be going out to a lot of locations, and we're going to follow along them as we interview people like yourself as well. And then we have stars that we're working on, and we're going to introduce. So the goal is to introduce several rookie teams and professional teams, and follow along to tell the real story of how you guys work, how tough it is, what you're doing behind the scenes, setting up the equipment and doing everything like that to give people a real aspect of the way the paranormal is.
Yeah, well, it's kind of what I'm doing, except on my YouTube channel, but not quite as in depth. Just sort of give them some behind the scenes stuff. You know, seeing that we're just a small crew, seeing what we have. I mean, where's your thoughts on all that and how much? We have a lot of equipment. It's just the three of us. You know, we're in a sizable place. You know, we're here at Poasttown, and it's not the biggest place, but it's not the smallest either.
Well, no, there's a lot of challenges in this place when you're talking about lighting and wiring and setting up the infrared cameras and working with everything. And when you're a small team, you don't have the advantage of doing. Before I got into the radio show, a lot of what I did was work with production companies behind the scenes to set up a lot of these TV shows you see now. And long story short, they hire people like us. We go in, we run the wires, we put up the cameras, we set everything up, then we go bye-bye. They come in, they plug in a handful of things, and they're good to go.
Yeah.
But when you're just you and Gavin and Paula, you got to do all the legwork.
Yeah. No, it is. It's a lot of work, and I mean, a lot of people. And I've had people send me messages saying, "How convenient is that?"
I know. I heard it coming.
Yeah. Oh no.
I thought it was rain at first. I'm like, what the hell is that? I can hear it.
Comes through like every hour.
Lovely.
Awesome. Roll with it. I don't care. All right, guys. So we're at Poasttown Elementary School. We're filming the 3rd season of the Paranormal Journey into the Unknown here. Looking forward to it. We got a lot of things to do. Right now we're setting up DVR cameras. We've got quite a few spots where we need to put cameras up, so we do what we gotta do. I lost my train of thought. Where were we?
You're
Well, we were
talking
talking a
about
little bit about
boobies.
behind the scenes
Yeah.
and what you know, a little bit of the cameras and equipment. And you guys have some amazing equipment compared to the way we're starting.
Yeah.
I mean, we really are on a hair-thin budget. We're getting sponsors and a lot of other people that opened up, but we're starting on maybe $18,000 to $20,000, which is not a lot when you're planning a year.
Well, you know, we're very lucky. You know, we do have sponsors. We do have Tascam. Now we have Black Magic with us. Man, I can't even name them all. What other sponsors do we have?
A shitload.
A shitload. Never heard of that company before, but I hear it's great stuff.
Let's see. We got Adobe. We have
Yeah.
Rage cameras. We've got Black
Paratools.
Magic. Huh?
Paratools.
Paratools. We've got Paranalogies. We've got
I mean, yeah. So
Ghost Hunter apps.
if it wasn't for them,
We wouldn't be anywhere.
no, hell no. I mean, we know we're very fortunate. We're very lucky, and you know, again, you know, I get a lot of people who, not a lot. I can't say a lot. That would be a big stretch. But I've had a few people, you know, message me and tell me, "Oh, you must be, you know, making a whole lot of money doing this. You're a sellout." And it's like, no, nobody's making money.
Yeah, we're rich.
I wish.
That's the thing I think a lot of people don't realize is all of you, including myself, we do this out of passion.
Mm-hmm.
99% of us never make a fortune off of it. If we're lucky, we get a few sponsors along the way so that we don't have to fork out our own money and our own time all the time.
Right.
But it's all out of the passion of wanting to tell the story, wanting to do the research, and wanting to find that holy grail if we get lucky.
Yeah, I mean, you know, a lot of people, they don't, it's funny. A lot of people don't get it. They see, you know, these paranormal investigators, they got this TV show, they're making all this money. And again, for us especially, no. Gavin and Paula both, man, they spend a ton of money. We don't get locations for free. They gotta, you know, they gotta pay.
Yeah.
We got a pony to do.
Yeah, just like
Absolutely.
everybody else.
Yeah.
You know, so having something on Amazon doesn't give us an advantage in any way, shape, or form, other than just a platform for us to, you know, be out there. for the first season, I was hardly in it. So I'm like, well, first off, I hate being in front of cameras.
Pussy.
But I just, it's not about me, but it's not about them. It's about the location. It's about the people or person who owns the location. But at the same time, it sort of is about us. This is what we kind of go through. And we can't really show too much of that, within the television show or the streaming show, whatever you want to call it. We really can't show that. We don't have time for it.
Uh-huh.
It's a run and gun for us. A lot of these paranormal TV shows, they got a place for a couple days. As you said, they got, the B crew or C crew, whatever, they come in,
Yep.
set everything up. We don't have that. We get to a location and it's go. All right, so I'm getting ready to do B-roll. We're having a little bit of DVR problems. We'll get that resolved, no problem. So, things are moving pretty quick. We have all the cameras in place, but some of the cameras, for whatever reason, don't want to work. So, always something.
Yeah, you need to go back to like the time when we went to Jailhouse Pizza.
That was
how
my-
Brian was like totally impressed with us. And the reason being, remember, had their crew that came on in first.
Yep.
They set up their stuff. They left off like maybe 2 wires, 2 cameras.
Plug them straight in, go
That's
videotape.
when everybody showed up. Then they went ahead and hooked up just their camera, ran those wires, and boom, they were ready to go. Brian saw, we unloaded, we set up, and then we actually did the interviews, we did the walkthrough, we did it all in like 24 hours. He was just blown away. And then Eddie was the exact same way when he started seeing us unloading. He's just like, you guys are just amazing.
Yeah, we get to hear some pretty interesting stories about a lot of the TV show stuff from other groups and stuff like that.
It's all about the media, the advertising, getting the ratings and so forth. So a lot of these people, though I love them, and I really do, some of them are great personalities, they're wonderful people. It's all about get in, get it done, and get out. So most of what you think they do, they don't do. It's all the other crews and all the other people in the background that are busting their tail to get all these cords together and never get any credit. And they're getting 1099 contract jobs and things along those lines. And don't get me wrong, I loved it. I loved getting paid for it. It was fun. You got to see things most people didn't. You got to feel for what really goes on behind sets. But it's not what you guys are about. It's not what real ghost hunters are about. It's not what the real story is about. And that's really what I want to get to the bottom of. I want to be able to do that.
And this is, even for me, the wear and tear on the vehicles, the gas. I mean, you do have to love to do this, And like you said, for us, and I know for most others as well, it's not about the money.
No.
But you better have money because
it's going to cost.
Yes, it is. Yeah. So just quickly, and then we got to interview Daryl.
Yeah.
But what got you into the paranormal?
I had a haunted experience when I was 6 years old, and we moved into a house in Marengo, Ohio. It took me a long time to talk about that. We had a lot of very scary things that would happen right off the bat. And there was one room in the house that my sister first lived in, and then she refused to be there after about 2 or 3 months. She kept saying, I see somebody in the closet, I see somebody in the closet. She moved to the other room, then my mom moved in, and her personality started to change. And then when I started to grow up, I got tormented by this thing. And for a long time, I thought it was me. I thought I was insane. I had an experience that was very violent that left scars on me. I went to my friends first. They said, well, we think something's in the house too. I went to my church at that point, and the pastor, of course, you know how pastors are. It's a demon right off the bat.
Yeah.
And then I eventually went to a psychiatrist and talked to him for several years, and he decided, hey, look, I'm going to prove to you this is not your house. Then he came in, spent about 20 minutes in there, scared the piss out of him, and said, you don't need me, you need a priest.
Oh, jeez.
I learned to live with it for a number of years until my father passed away, and then I sold the home. But it opened my eyes, and I spent the next 10 or 15 years trying to figure out whether I was crazy or not. And I met people like you, like Gavin, and thousands of other people, kept a journal and started to ask questions, started to tag along with a lot of paranormal teams, learned how to do interviews, and then eventually decided I wanted to talk about it, and I wanted to get your stories out, which is what the radio show started to do. And we've been doing that for, I think, 2 years now. I've been on the air for 2 years. So, and now we're going to do it in a documentary on top of that, and pitch it as a short series that hopefully we can get on Amazon somewhere along the line, and just get back to the paranormal community a little bit. You guys work really hard at what you do. And from experience, I know you spend a lot of money, a lot of time, the insurance, the locations, the equipment, and this is all out of your pocket 99% of the time. And somebody needs to tell that story.
Yeah. I mean, it does. It's very costly, but are any of us ever going to find the answer? Are we going to come up with, with definitive proof? And my personal opinion on that is no. Unfortunately, it's going to be the scientists, and they'll come up with a snazzy name, and that's that.
I think it could be a combination, to be frankly honest with you, and I don't want to take up much more time, but we can talk about it on the radio show anytime.
Oh, yeah.
I think that with young people and science and the people that are diving into it now, and a lot of us old folks that are going to be running around with canes somewhere along the line, we'll figure out how to combine programs to answer certain questions and situations to answer certain questions. And like anything else, and I have a friend, Ron Cross, you've met him a couple of times on Facebook, that always says this, question. The more we start coming up with the questions answered, it's going to open up another door, and it's just going to keep going. One question after another, and we're always going to be looking at something.
Yeah, exactly. So, thanks, man.
Yep.
Appreciate it.